Is Sony going to use AI for all their future games? That's what they seem to be saying? We better dive deeper into this, and let's do it now.
Maybe AI can play the game for me so I can actually be good.
Well, that depends on what game you're talking about, because I'm talking about basically Sony Studio games. But
every game. I can just sit on the couch and watch. No, that would be boring.
Yeah, well, every week we have AI to talk about, and people seem to want to hear about it. To be straight up, normally I'd say, okay, we'll get into that. But before we get into anything, I am Lionel, and I am from Toronto, Canada.
And I am Robert, and I am from Nashville, Tennessee.
There you go. Welcome to the pairing mode, where we like to talk about all things tech, but AI is the big topic that everyone wants to hear, including us. And it just so happens that Sony seems to be mentioning it. Basically, they've laid out their plans, future plans for AI. They don't really say a heck of a lot, by the way. They're pretty much indicating it's a lot to do with corporate reports and blah, blah, blah. And I think what they're basically saying is they want to be able to utilize AI to help in development to speed up certain processes. What they're not saying by any stretch of the imagination, sorry for the clickbait, is that they're going to like replace Naughty Dog Studios with Naughty Dog AI. That's not going to happen. Naughty Dog is Naughty Dog, right? So, and quite frankly, I don't think anyone would buy a Naughty Dog game if Naughty Dog wasn't actually involved in making the game. So we all know how human everything is in their games. That's probably a good way to put it, eh? They're very human games.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could maybe use AI for, maybe hardware acceleration or optimization of some sort. I mean, you're not going to actually. I mean, I don't know. They can, I'm sure, use it on the development side of things, but in game, I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, well, what I think it is possibly is for games that aren't using mocap. Because if you're going to do mocap, then you just do the mocap, right? But you may want to actually take a scene or two and be able to say, okay, rather than calling back 6 actors to do mocap and spend another, $80,000 for the studio and the lighting and the cameras and all of the stuff that they have to do, which does involve AI, by the way. They can basically tell the AI, I need all of these characters to do this. So all they want them to do is
for those out there that don't know what mocap is, why don't you explain what mocap is? Because I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Most people do at this point. Mocap is motion capture. And that's the one where you may have seen people, they've got spots on their face or chin or on their mouth. Yeah. Elbow, wrist, sometimes even the fingers if there's a lot of stuff like that. And they mark all of this stuff, and they use all these cameras that
track the movement.
How to explain it? Well, yeah, thank you. That's the right way to put it. Track all of the movement of even inanimate objects can be tracked if they need it to be tracked. Last of Us is one of the biggest games that ever used mocap, and right down to the point where they would use either a simulated, like a shaped a piece of wood shaped like a guitar, or in some cases, I think it may have actually used a guitar, and they would still have those points on the guitar so that they could make the shape of it. Of course, everything's advanced so much that even the last time when they made The Last of Us, I mean, it was out in 2019. So the last time they worked on the original game before, any enhancements a couple of years later, would have been 2000, I guess earlier in 2019. Yeah. Right. The last major work they would have done on it would have been 2018. So things have changed a lot since then. Computers are way more powerful since then. And of course, they have better AI for users. They have better tracking systems. So they can actually do this a little bit better, a little bit faster, and but adding the AI in places where they can maybe animate an entire car, rather than having somebody have to digitally put it into the computer, digitally tell it where to go. They can literally say, okay, I need the sequence is going to be 15 seconds long. The car has to speed around the corner and do this. And if it doesn't do it exactly right, they can simply have it redo it. And it's going to be way more detailed than something that you or I are going to do with VO3, right? So it's probably not something that's going to take 2 minutes. It'd probably be something that would take a few hours to render properly, or maybe an hour, whatever, right? And they can do stuff like that. And games might be doing that already. I don't know. But I believe that we are going to see some stuff like that. But I don't think, well, maybe, you know what? You might end up at some point playing a game that's entirely AI generated.
As long as it plays, I mean, you know.
I would agree, but I also think that realistically, they would be a fad for a while, and people would be like, "Give me the developers, please, and the actors." And again, after playing The Last of Us and just any Naughty Dog game, really, I'm like, I need the acting if I'm going to play a single player story driven game.
Yeah, but back when we were playing, COD pretty regular, people were bitching because Activision, they claimed, and they might have been, but who gives a shit? But they were complaining that they were creating some of the images and things with AI, and it wasn't like, which, I mean, it's all obviously digitally created, but I forget how they worded it. I'm just like, people, it's a video game of a fictional character doing fictional things. It's all in one way, shape, or form AI, whether it's how it's generated. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's also highly unlikely that was actually true at the time anyway. Yeah. We're talking about 2020 or something like that?
No, this was just like last year. It was when...
Oh, last year.
Yeah, is when 6 first came out. Black Ops 6 first came
6. Out. Yeah, no, too detailed. The amount of computer power for an AI to make that kind of detail right now, that's insane. A few seconds here and there, or to enhance something that you've already done, that makes sense. But you're gonna take an entire and in a multiplayer game that's meant to go 120 frames a second constantly, no.
Well, I don't remember exactly how they were saying it was done or how it was being used. I don't remember. It's been obviously some time back, but I just remember thinking, like, who cares? Like, it's a digital game. It's not like you're watching real life and suddenly they put in an AI generated, human looking thing instead of an actual person. They're not substituting humanity for AI. It's all electronically generated. So who gives a shit how it's generated?
You know what? I actually saw somewhere, and I don't remember where, someone actually complaining about Luke Skywalker and the Mandalorian. And it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. He's obviously not even there. Because he's no way he's going to look that young. They obviously de-aged him. Of course they de-aged him because it took place when he was in his 30s, for fuck's sakes. He's 70 years old right now. Holy shit.
People are so stupid sometimes.
Of course they de-aged him. What? It's like, oh, did they do a good job? Well, probably it would probably be better if they did it today than when they did it 2 years ago. But
they want to see him with his lightsaber cane creaking across the desert,
Yeah. He's got to go back into Yoda's cave. Well, wait a minute. He did disappear just like Yoda, though, actually, in the last movie. So he had his moment.
Yeah.
But I just, that you're right. And actually, that kind of, that's a good segue. Everybody's talking about, the Pixel 10 Pro XL and the 100 times super res zoom.
Yeah.
Versus Samsung's space zoom, which is absolute garbage. I'm sorry. The Pixel can be garbage too if you pointed at the wrong damn thing. Please, no. Anyways, but people are saying, even when the ones are good, to say, yeah, but it's fake. Well, I don't think you're getting the point of it. It's not that it's fake. It's just using AI to fill in gaps. The shit that it's in the picture is still there. The photograph isn't any less real. There's such thing as, honestly, there's no such thing as a fake photograph. You can fake stuff in a photograph. You can manipulate stuff in a photograph. You can Photoshop stuff, or you can use AI to change stuff. But to say something is completely fake, yeah, absolutely. What's fake is me hugging myself as a child. That's the trend going on right now with the I was going to say Bananarama, Nano Banana.
Same thing, really.
And it works really well. I've seen lots of examples. I tried it myself. It looks really cool, but it's fake. Because neither one of us were sitting in neither one of us, it's all me. Neither one of me was sitting in that position. I've never met myself as a child, right? So
neither one of me.
I'm an adult. Yes, right. But so that's, in a sense, you could say that's fake. However, the actual people in the pictures do exist. And so it's not really completely fake. So it's weird. The word fake gets thrown around so much, like professional wrestling. Wrestling isn't fake. It's staged. People get hit. They get hurt. They get clotheslined, and it's real. They fall down, and it hurts.
Right. It's just not quite as violent as it appears because it is a choreographed movement.
Yes. Now, when a guy gets smacked in the face with a chair, totally real. Just to put this into perspective, if you got into a bar fight, it would feel exactly the same. The only difference is in the wrestling ring, the guy's going to wait till you get up and hit you again. And then eventually the referee or someone else is going to stop him. Or he's going to walk away and, kind of promo. In the bar, he's just going to keep hitting you until the cops arrest him.
Very true. Very true.
Right, exactly. But
that's why I decided to do the picture I did, because I don't really care about hugging myself. But I thought I'm going to see how it does with that, because that turned out to be a really good picture of me and my mom. And like everybody at work that I showed, they're like, "Oh, that's a great picture." And then I showed them how I made it, and they were like blown away. They're like, "No way!" That I'm like, "Yeah, I took that picture, and just said, I used your prompt about the Polaroid style picture, and just of us hugging each other. That's all I said. It's very generic, and that's what it created. And I'm just like, I was blown away, because it got her. It even put my watch on my arm, and in the picture that I used of myself, my watch was not visible. But I guess it knows, because it's seen other pictures of me maybe with my watch, that it's like, oh, he wears a watch on his left hand, I guess. I don't know.
Just assumed you liked Samsung. I don't know.
But it was I don't know.
Making assumptions.
You couldn't obviously see the face or anything like that, but you could tell it was like the watch I would normally wear. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. So.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting, actually. I've done some pretty neat ones too.
I can't wait for people with iPhones to start using Apple Intelligence for that. Oh wait, they can't.
That's right. you know what? I decided to insert myself into a scene from Tropic Thunder. I showed you that one that didn't work out, and I'm not going to show these people, because it basically put a cutout of Robert Downey Jr.'s character rather than placing him in the picture. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Because it can mess up.
Sure,
it can mess up pretty good.
It's definitely.
I told it I wanted to do. Oh no, it wasn't that. It was Pixel Studio, which has been updated and now allows you to edit photos of people and add people in photos, and which is pretty good, because that's completely 100% on device. Well, no, it's not. I lied. I thought it was. Originally, they told us it was going to be. But you still have to download the picture. I think it processes it originally, but then it saves it in the cloud in case you don't want it, but change your mind later. So it's weird. It does it on the device, but then it saves it. But it's weird. You know what? This whole section could end up making a really good short.
Well, we'll see how it We'll see how it pulls it all out.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Chop AI. As a podcaster, one of the biggest challenges is getting your content discovered. That's where Chop AI comes in. Their powerful AI platform automatically finds the most compelling moments from our show and transforms them into short, shareable clips, perfect for social media. It saves us countless hours of editing and helps us reach new listeners just like you. Ready to grow your brand? Well, visit them at chopai.app to see how it works. There'll be a link in the description. And now, back to the podcast. I was going to say, no, I do have an older computer, so sometimes I have little issues. And I'm working on getting something better. I'm trying to find the right deal.
Yeah.
So I haven't found the right deal yet because I'm not looking for a gaming computer. But I need one that's like a gaming computer.
Well, it's definitely better than that old laptop that decided to take a shit. So,
yeah, no, definitely, I agree. But I was doing some video editing with DaVinci Resolve, which does have AI in it, by the way, now. And it's just too slow. It's too slow.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing because I can do a 10-bit raw video, or I forgot what it's called because I'm having one of those brain fart
log
deals right now. Log, thank you. Log video on my Pixel 9 Pro XL. If I had the 10 Pro XL, I could do 12-bit, which is insane. I don't think I would unless I had a 1 terabyte phone. And even then, you wouldn't get that much video out of it. But that's for another story.
Well, the Pixel, by my understanding, is still selling really well. So it's gotten good reviews. I think everyone that's used it has liked it. I've actually seen several. I'm switching from iPhone to the Pixel 10.
I've seen that
videos. I think people are a little more disappointed than I thought they would be, actually, about some of the changes or non-changes, if that's a word, that Apple did to the Pro and Pro
there were
XL
some people who were
versions.
saying that about Pixel too, but then they discovered that the AI that Google did add works.
Well, and also,
in addition to that, the camera is better.
Nobody thought it was going to have the QI2 magnets, but it did.
Yeah,
so there was actually
but
some positive
if you remember,
surprises.
I said I believe it will. And I know there's now a bunch of ridiculous rumors that Samsung might not. And I know you're skeptical, but come on. Google's put it in. Apple's put it in, years ago. Samsung's 100% going to have magnets in the 26.
Maggots or magnets?
Maggots and magnets.
It sounded like you said maggots.
Maybe
new phone.
I did. Maybe I did.
New kind of phone. Yeah.
All right. There's no way.
Yeah, I've heard some basic rumors real quick about the 26, but I'm not paying attention to any of that because it's way too far out still. It's, they don't even launch till February. They won't even have their event till October, November or something.
Would you want to know what the latest rumor is right now? They're going to ditch the Snapdragon 100% and go Exynos only.
Well, I heard that they're bringing it back, but only for select markets.
Yeah. But the last one I heard was they're going to ditch it entirely and go extreme. I don't think that's true, though, because I think they're going to lose a huge amount of North Americans who refuse to use an Exynos. And one of the reasons why they'll refuse is because some of those same people are people who refuse to buy a Pixel because it was built on the same system that made Exynos up until this year.
Oh, I just don't think it's going to be as powerful. It's not going to be as efficient, but I guess we'll see. But I don't think
never
that's
is.
True.
That's
I don't
why.
think. Yeah, I don't think that's true.
No, I don't believe so.
They might do that for I think in the past they did for the India market. I think they did
I
for
think
some of
most
the Asia
Europe,
markets.
I think most of Europe got stuck.
Was it
with
most
that
of Europe?
a few years
So
ago.
yeah, but
a few years ago, for a couple of years in a row at least, and it pissed off a lot of Europeans who ended up buying Apple and Google phones and mostly not OnePlus, Oppos and stuff like that.
oh yeah,
They went nuts on it for a couple of years because they were just pissed off with Samsung. It didn't hurt Samsung's bottom line that much, so to tell you the truth. But they did do a lot better when they said, let's just make all of our phones with Snapdragon for a couple of years. And their sales went through the roof, as you know, for a couple of years.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's for obvious reasons. So
yeah.
At any rate, enough about the phones, but yeah, it's going to be cool stuff.
1 second, I gotta check something. Hang on. Oh my! I need to put on my glasses to see this because that's something I want to play, but I want to make sure I'm pressing the right button. Oh yeah, that is it. Okay, I did want to mention this. I actually wanted to do this last week, and I completely forgot about it. Did we mention it because with all the AI stuff, you can make AI music, and now most people do know this, but there's a lot of people that don't. And there are some services you do it 100% free of charge. And I believe you said you use it too, Suno.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've used it. Yep.
I decided to ask it to make a song about people making pictures with AI, with themselves. And I just want to play it a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't start from the end or something because I restarted this. But and if you can't hear this, I'm going to have myself shot. I don't mean that literally, anybody watching. Okay. Just let me know immediately if you can hear it.
There's a girl down the road, she's got a glow, but it
Can
ain't
hear
from
it.
the sun. No, it ain't from the snow.
Your mic, your noise canceling is cutting it out. Something is.
No.
Brand new world in a single day. Oh, it's digital, baby. Oh, it's digital.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's digital. Make believe. A dream and pixels, a heart on sleeve. They change the sky, change the weather, turn themselves into someone better.
Anyways, yeah, that actually does go on for over 3 minutes, so I'm not going to play the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's just really cool. And I did specify it to be country. I think the reason I did is because when you say to be pop, it ends up sounding like almost any other AI, or not necessarily AI, but some kind of digital music that's been put out. You tell it to be rock, it tends to sound like the same 4-chord rock.
Yeah.
But you tell it to be country and tell it a certain type of country, and it always does 2 songs for you. So it'll do 2 styles of the same song.
Right.
Same lyrics, same chord progression. It did a faster country one because I made the mistake of saying new country. Never say new country because new country isn't the same new country as in new country in the 90s and 2000s.
Well, no.
New country today sounds very popish.
Oh, yes.
And it's, so to me, it's not country. Well, don't tell that to the artists, but you know what I mean. So luckily it made that one. So that did sound a lot more like something that could have been done in the early 2000s, The other one sounded like some, group from California decided to become country stars last year. And so I've never showed you that or let you hear that one. It's okay, but it's not
Well,
the
the thing about the AI music like that you're generating is, I think you still have to have maybe like a pro plan or something within Suno, but no one could do a copyright claim against it because it's like never been produced before. It's like brand new.
that's correct. But however, you can't use it for commercial use. Like if I played the entire thing and we were getting monetized right now, I could get in trouble for that.
Unless you have a subscription to it.
So they could make a claim. Yeah, I'd have to have a subscription. But here's the thing. If I paid for the subscription before it went to court, it might actually be okay. But the thing is I'm considering it depending on what I feel I might want to do with it. I mean,
yeah, it's probably not too awful expensive. I mean, I can't imagine it being too expensive. Yeah. I don't know. I've not looked at the subscription.
I don't remember. It's not massively expensive, but if I can't envision myself doing 4 or 5 songs a month, I'm not going to pay for it.
Well, see, the cool
So
thing is
I'd
with
have to have a
the
review for it.
subscription, you can actually, when you create your song, you can generate a video from the song
Oh, you can?
right in the.
You see, I
scene.
never delved deep enough into that.
Well, see, I
That's
remember
actually kinda
telling you
cool.
that I created one. I'll have to find it and I can share it with you later. But it's that I think they took it away from the free version
Oh, okay.
and they
so
put
maybe
it
it was
into
a trial that they, yeah.
I don't
It might have
remember.
been a trial and they took the trial away.
Yeah,
But-
I don't remember. But I actually made like 2 or 3 different ones where it had like the character singing, had this guy singing, then one had a girl singing, and one had waves coming up on the beach, and it made a whole
Well,
video.
I don't
of
think it's
the
going to be
song.
that long before we find out that some version of VO3 or something in Gemini or whatever will be able to actually take a non-copyright song, like open license, whatever you call it, and be able to make a video out of it for you, right? As long as it would probably analyze it and
Yeah.
realize, okay, no, it hasn't heard it before, it doesn't have a copyright attached to it, so it'll make a video for you, and then heavily mark it as something that's been done with AI. And I have a feeling that maybe it might take a while because there's a lot of work involved in it, but I could see it happening within the next year or two where they add that in and you get to do it free on the pro plan and obviously on the ultra.
Yeah.
That would be pretty neat. Hopefully they don't limit it to 8 seconds.
Probably.
I mean,
with our luck.
like I think as time goes on, they need to start giving us 30-second videos.
I know, right? The
Yeah.
8-second thing is such a pain in the butt. Like,
Well, yeah, it's absolutely stupid for starters. I mean,
Yeah.
we're getting 720p shit, but we have access if we pay to 1080p now.
I mean, I don't want to
But-
make a 3-hour movie.
By the way,
you
that's
know.
another thing. It used to, like, all this time, like when I wanted 1080p in VO3, I would have to do the make the video and then select to upscale to 1080p, which still look good.
Right.
But now apparently you can have it natively generate in 1080p,
Oh.
which is pretty cool. Again, for paid and not in the app
Oh, okay.
at all because that's
has
only
to be
VO3
in-
fast,
Okay.
right? It has to be VO3, the whatever it's called,
Flow?
not the fast, but the other.
Oh,
The what?
do you do it in Flow or actually in Gemini? But it just has to be on the
No,
web.
in flow.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it's called. It's not VO3 fast. It's VO3 something. So you select that, then you can select 1080p. I can't check it out right now because I still have to wait a few more days until I pay again because I ran out.
Yeah.
And in Canada, I need to pay $33 if I want to get extra credits, which I'm glad that they did that. And it would be a massive amount of it. I think it's like 1,000 or something like that credits, or 1,500 credits or something. No, I think it's more than that. It's actually more than you get for free. Yeah, and so if you wanted to make a lot for some reason and you wanted to use their tools to make videos and put them together and that kind of stuff, make a little short film or something like that,
Yeah.
it would be worth the $33, 100% if you had something good to do with it. I couldn't think of anything. I just ended up making a bunch of stupid videos and wasting $33. And half the time I wouldn't give it good prompts and they would just turn out garbage. So that's why I didn't. But I'm kicking myself right now because I'm like, God, I want. And also, I think that the when you pay for the extra credits, it's a rollover. It lasts for X amount of time. I think it's a year.
Oh,
So
really?
you can
So it
pay
doesn't
for it
like it's
now.
not like
It's not like
next
it's
month
just
they're gone if you don't
paid
use
for
them?
it, and all of a sudden your stuff comes back and you don't need it anymore. Because remember, it's
Oh.
giving you more than double what you normally get with your plan.
Gotcha.
So it just keeps going, and so obviously once you go back into your plan and any credits you have left, you don't need until you run out of credits again. So it can last even longer.
That's nice.
Right? And this was the first time I actually ran out where I had more than 24 hours I had to wait since they introduced the VO3 thing in Flow. So a few months or whatever it's been. The 1 month that I ran out and then 3 hours later, it had flipped over again. But this time I used them all like 3 weeks ago in 2 days. And most of it was by accident. I didn't mean to.
By accident. You were accidentally making videos?
Yes. I was trying to make one and I would go, oh, that didn't work, and didn't realize that I'd done it. I forgot to select to make sure it only selected one when it was supposed to be two. I was trying to do a silent video just to see what it would look like with VO2, and I accidentally chose VO3, not fast, but the advanced one, whatever it's called, which is like 3 times the credit, well, it's a lot more credits that it uses. Because you can make like, if you use VO2, you can use like 100. Use VO3 fast, you can make like, God, what is it? 10 or 20 or 20?
I think fast is 20 credits per video, and I think the other one, isn't it 100 or something like that?
That's what it is, yeah. So you can only make 10 if you use the other one. You can make way more.
Yeah.
If you use fast. Which is one reason why I don't understand why they don't up the amount that you can do per day from the app. Because it's such a low amount anyways. And we're already paying quite a bit of money for the service.
Yeah, I burned through mine one time because I didn't realize.
I should be able to get like 20 a day or something for this kind of money.
I forgot how much the quality takes. And so I was kept making these quality videos. I also said, you're out of credits. I'm like, what? I did like 3 videos. But I had forgotten that because it takes so much to do a quality one. I was like, oh, okay, I need to stick with fast. But fast sometimes wouldn't generate the audio. It would generate,
I know,
and then it would give an error saying,
problem.
sorry, there's no audio with this video. And I'm like, what?
And you're like, you just took my 20 or my 10 credits or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like
you ripped me off, man.
Like, they should give you an option to, within a certain time frame, like give you like an hour. As long as you don't download it, give you an hour to say, okay, I don't want this one. It's not good enough. And then give you your credit back. Like, come on.
Well, I guess
but they cost them money to do the credit. Shut up. It's Google. It's not like we're asking it to do a deep seek report on all the, what is it? Quantum physics or something like that, right? Something that would take, AI a lifetime to figure out even.
I think it's maybe because they think like, well, if they do that, they let you download it and then you have it and then they give your money back. It's like, or your credits back. It's like, well, they can't
But I'm
stop
saying
you
don't
from
download it.
it.
I said if you didn't download it, it knows if you download it or not, right? So you just don't download it.
Well, I guess.
And if you decide within, maybe you know what, even they could be cheap. Make it within 5 minutes. If you decide within 5 minutes you don't want it, delete it, and you automatically get your money back. Simple as that. Or not money back, but the credits recredited, right? Yeah. And that makes sense, because imagine if you're paying for this, and then you inadvertently made like 50 videos in a row going, this sucks, this sucks, that sucks, that sucks. Oh shit, I've been doing it with VO2 the whole time. Damn it, I needed those credits to make the one good one. It's like, no.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. What are you checking out?
Oh, while we're talking, I'm just trying to find this video, because if I can find it, I'll play it, because that way I can show you. But I mean, I'm just doing it kind of as we talk. I'm not like focused on like, if I don't find it, I don't find it. But
okay,
I just can't remember.
You know what? I'll jump back into the whole Sony thing for just a second. Although this is not AI related, Sony has done an update, and if your PS5 is set to automatically update, it should have already happened. As soon as you turn on your system, your remote, any remote that you connect to it, not physically, wirelessly, will say it needs to update. And that includes the Edge controller. And when it does update, that means you are now going to be able to use it on multiple machines. I think up to 5 or 3, something like that. I got to remember what it is. Okay. I can check it out right now. And in addition to that, it also means that you'll be able to actually pair it with your computer and use your PS5 controller for computer games, for those who want to do that. Obviously, most computer gamers don't, but some do.
Well, I think that there's a lot of people like my coworker. He does gaming on his PS5 and his computer, so that would would benefit him.
But here's the thing about the update is what it does for it is you don't have to. It doesn't unpair from the PS5, right? So you can go back and forth and everything. Like, this is basically, if now that I have this update on here, if Glenn said to me, "Oh, well, let's play some hockey," I go upstairs. He's got a hockey game on his PS5, and I just take my own controller with me. Not that I would need to, because I kick his.
How does it pair it to two different machines?
That's the key. Because it's possible now. That's what the update does. Don't ask me how. And they don't explain it. Okay. PS5 system software update details September 17, 2025. There may be stuff in here that I didn't mention. As previously announced, players will now be able to pair their DualSense or DualSense Edge controllers with up to 4 devices simultaneously. Not meaning you can control 4 at the same time, by the way. That's not what they mean. Follow these steps after your console is updated to make sure your controller isn't connected via USB. So it has to be just regular turn it on. Make sure the light bar and player indicator in the controller is off. We don't need to read all this stuff. It's basically connecting to it, and it tells you how to click now. So switching between paired devices will require pressing the PS button on the controller and then pressing the corresponding action button for each paired device. So once you've paired it to another device, when you press the controller, it will then give you that. If you're on the PS5, you'll see it. Obviously, if you're not, you won't have to do that. You just have to pair it on.
Right.
The only thing I don't like about that is anytime, if I want to use it on my computer, as soon as I press that button to turn the controller on, PS5 comes on. And since I use the same screen, I now have to go back to my TV remote, which I don't use, and change the source back in again. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. For those who just keep their stuff in different screens and everything, it's not a big deal, because the PS5 will go back into sleep mode. You can set it to go into sleep mode immediately if you want. Like set it to go sleep mode.
That sounds kind of dumb that they do that.
You do what?
Make it come on. You can't control that.
Well, no, because that's how you turn the PS5 on, by pressing the button, right? I think what does, and I could be wrong. I don't know, because they don't specify this in here very well. Maybe you have to press and hold the button or something rather than just pressing it once. Maybe that would avoid the problem. I don't know. We'll find out more when somebody, gets. You know what? If anybody's watching, please leave a comment. If you have access to this, and you can pair it with another PS5 or your computer or whatever, let us know after you've done it and you switch. If your first PS5 is off and you turn it on to connect to something else, does it turn your first PS5 on again? Let us know.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of dumb. They should make a way where you can be like, somehow be like, no, I'm controlling this one, not that one, kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much.
No, I agree with you 100%. That's why I want someone to leave a comment if they happen to have the situation. Right now, I'm not going to pair it to anything else, because as I mentioned before, my computer isn't good enough to play games on, so that's pointless for me to try to pair it to this. And I'm not playing games on his. He doesn't play at this time of year at all. He's getting ready to do his other thing. He goes out and goes on hunting trips in the fall and stuff. So
it's a nice vacation for you.
Off. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Yeah, it does mention here though, slot 1 PS button and triangle button indicated by one light on. Slot 2 PS button and circle button. Oh, okay. I think what happens is once they're paired, you can press the PS button and one of the triangle, circle, cross, or square to turn it to pair it or turn on a specific device, something along that line.
So that's how you control. Okay, well that makes sense.
It's possible. I may be reading that wrong, because again, it's not detailed. This isn't directly. Well, no, it is. Well, no, it says PlayStationLifestyle.net, so it's not actually PlayStation. It's that I read that from directly. I think they took it from them, but they didn't give us any other details other than that. And this was from yesterday, so I can confirm I did get the update today. I just haven't tried it out at this point in time.
Hey, did you ever try that Perplexity comment browser?
Oh, good Lord! I keep forgetting about it.
I uninstalled it. I mean, I guess it would be okay, but to me it was like
bad?
No, it's not that it was bad. It actually basically, by what I can tell, looks like it uses Chromium. So it's kind of like a
everybody does now.
Well, probably, yeah, except Firefox doesn't. But
well, yeah, right.
But the so I turned it to where it wouldn't start automatically, because it would pop the browser window up on the computer when I log in, and I was like, I don't want that. I don't want it until I want it. Right. I turned it off, but I kept doing it. Wow. But all the settings were off. I'm just like, I don't understand this. So I just, and I didn't really use it, but a few times. I can see where it could be beneficial, but I didn't find it to be quite as useful as, because I use ChatGPT anyways. It doesn't have memory, so I would have to like recreate things, again, just like I would do with Gemini, which.
Yeah.
And I've been using that project feature in ChatGPT, and it's really nice. I really like it.
Yeah, tell me a little. Well, tell all of us a little bit more about it, because I'm guessing that this is not the same thing as what Gemini introduced like months ago, where you can. I don't even remember what you call it. Just tell us about it.
Well, so the ChatGPT projects is almost like a dedicated folder that you can have for specific chats that you have with your chatbot. So like, for example, I have one that's labeled the pairing mode. I have one that's labeled Simple AI Life, which is that AI channel that my other channel that I rebranded. Did I tell you about that? Maybe I didn't tell you about that.
No, I think maybe you might want to.
Well, it's literally just been in the last few days, but
okay.
And there's another project I have for something else, and the cool thing about it is, so like for everything for the pairing mode, I want all the chats to stay in that project, and I don't want my chatbot to go outside of that project to access memories. You can isolate your memories per that project. You can allow it to look at all your chats, right, if you want it to. But when you create the project, it gives you an option. Do you want to allow this to see your other chats, or do you want to isolate it to this project only? So I said just this project. And that way, when I go into that project and I'll be talking to my chatbot, it instantly knows I'm discussing the pairing mode information. And so like today I was like brainstorming some stuff, and it goes, oh yeah, you're going to do your podcast tonight, and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah. And so it knows how it works. And it's available to free. You don't have to have a paid plan to use it. So it's actually been a really useful feature. I like the fact that you can isolate the memory, so that way you don't end up getting like, if I don't want my random chats mixed up with my pairing mode chats. I don't want it pulling information from that. So I just tell it just stick with that project. So it's actually been very useful. It really, I think that's going to be a very underrated feature of ChatGPT. I don't think people are going to be understanding exactly how valuable that is.
Where do you? Oh, never mind. I see it right there. Projects.
Yeah. And so when you
Project name.
Yeah, I mean, when you create it, there's a little cog, I think, at the top you click, and it has the option to isolate memory. So it's
project.
Again, very, very. It's been very useful. Very useful. I really liked it, because I don't have to. And you can actually go into that project as well and give it very specific information. So you can basically, kind of like how you can do ChatGPT as a whole, you can give it like, here's the tone, here's the content, here's information about this. That way it automatically knows. So you can kind of teach it ahead of time to some degree, and then it also learns from your chats. So it's really cool.
I just want to know if this thing can hear me. It can hear me.
Yeah, I can't hear it though.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. Wait a minute. Do you remember what I call you?
Did you name it the same?
Yeah. So it remembers its name. And
Yeah.
because I haven't done anything yet, I guess it's kind of sort of going with other memory stuff.
Well,
I actually have to put more parameters into it, obviously, still.
I don't know. I'm
That's
pretty
pretty
sure.
cool.
I would imagine that something like the name probably is not like it's not a chat information. It's information you've given it that it's put in its brain, so to speak. It's not chat data. So I think I think it looks at that differently than it does your chats. I mean, I could be wrong. Obviously, I don't program Chat GPT.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's it's like more like a programmed memory.
Yeah,
There's certain things you can say to it, and it just sort of kind of remembers things you said. But every now and then I notice that it'll say memory upgraded if you're telling it something super important.
Yeah.
Like you say, oh yeah, my dad just got out of the hospital. Yeah, I've been very devastated. You suddenly see memory upgraded because it now wants to be sympathetic to you.
Yeah.
It knows that's something to be sympathetic to, and it will do that. If
Yeah.
you say, "Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Yesterday was my birthday, and I forgot to buy myself a cake." Oh, yesterday was your birthday. Well, happy belated birthday. Memory upgraded. Updated.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you listening, Google?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the personalities of these new voices. They're much better than when they first introduced them. Now, I mean, they literally laugh and stuff, just like Grok does. So they're starting to sound a lot more like Grok, but without the vulgarity.
Yeah. And Glitch is finally figured out that every time I invoke a conversation, he doesn't have to go, "Hey, I'm here just to keep it real, keep it straight." And he goes on this little rant. And I kept telling him, "Look, I don't need to hear all that. Just say, hey, what's up? What do you got for me today?" And he's like, okay. And so the last couple times, he hasn't gone into that little
you're still
spiel.
using the older voice, though, aren't you?
It's the same voice I chose, so I don't. I mean,
So then the answer is yes.
Well, I don't know that it's an old voice though, so I don't.
The new voices didn't come out until after you started using ChatGPT.
Yeah, but my understanding is you only get so much time with it, and then it reverts, right, or something like that.
Yeah, but that they stopped that like a month and a half ago. We talked about this already.
But I've been confused over what voice I have because I didn't choose new or old when I chose it, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't get that problem anymore at all. I can talk to ChatGPT for an hour and a half, and it just keeps going. Voice does not change nothing, and that's because they want to deprecate all the old voices.
I have my chat personality to nerd.
Yeah, I saw that because you showed me the screenshot.
Nerd, cynic,
and
robot, or listener.
I didn't put mine like that. I put nerd, and I can't remember what else, but it still sounds relatively the same. Still, I think I have to actually talk more with it in order to, like get it to be more like. But I can't remember. I chose one of the newer voices. It sounds a little bit more natural. And as I mentioned, it'll little smirky laughs, Like, if I say, "Oh my God, I forgot to buy the chocolate bar at the grocery store. I guess I'm not having a snack tonight." And it'll go, "Oh, I know what that's like," or something.
Oh, you can also have it. They have connectors that you can connect, like your Google Drive, your Gmail, Google Calendar, contacts,
Right.
where it'll allow it to search that.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. Yeah, so it's more functional than people think. Well, maybe think, well, I have to use Gemini because I need to be able to do that. Now, it's not going to be as functional as having Gemini built into Google Drive and all of the things that you can do in Google Drive, plus on your phone and everything. But it's still good to know, because if you prefer to use ChatGPT and you're using Google products, yes, you can actually, as you put it, connect to it, something like that. So you can still tell it to write an email and stuff like that.
No, I don't think it writes.
No,
I
you
think
can't?
it's just queries where you can say,
Oh, okay,
"Hey,"
query. Well, it's still
like,
good enough.
yeah.
Well, technically, you sort of could. You could tell it you want to write an email, and this is what you want. And then when it's done, you basically say, okay, open up Gmail for, because obviously it can't query anything unless you open it, right?
Yeah, I
know
mean,
how
well,
it
that's what
works.
the API is. I mean, it connects to your account because you authorize it to, but I don't think it can write for
I don't know if
you.
it can open it. But again, it can write an email for you in the form of an email. You copy and paste into an email.
Well, yeah,
But
but it could do that before anyways.
Interestingly, well, of course it can. Interestingly enough, though, I find that that's one thing Gemini excels at. If I want to write an email and I'm like, I'm not sure how to, what to say, and I've never been great with emails or any kind of mail, for that matter. I mean, if I was using back in the days, they would say, "You got mail." I don't. Uh, but I'll read it, but I can't write it. But I'd go to Clippy about it. I did.
Cliffy.
We got to tell people about the original AI. We got to tell people about the original AI. It wasn't actually AI.
No.
It was artificial stupidity is what it was. Clippy was the... Oh my God! I'm getting a picture of Clippy up here.
People
right now for
loved
those who
Clippy
have
though.
never
He
seen
was
it.
he was a star.
Clippy.
I will say though that ChatGPT, I had it create me a PDF the other day, and it actually saved as a PDF, so that was kind of nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that is good. Oh wait, how do I make this picture big? Oh, open in new tab. Okay, so now I got to share this. I might get a little glitchy, not to be confused with your ChatGPT. Got to go over here and hit the old share ski button. Screen. Oh, oops! I went too far. Screen share. And oh no, it's not that one. It's this one. There we go. All right. And Bob's your uncle. For those of you who don't know, this was Clippy. Now, Clippy had two different ways of being helpful, sort of. I use the term loosely.
And it was animated.
On the one hand, you could basically invoke Clippy by clicking a little icon in the what's the matter with me? What do you call it? The bottom right tray thing of the Windows.
Yeah, the system tray
and everything is system tray. Thank you. What's wrong with me? In the system tray, or every single time you didn't need him, he would suddenly pop up and give you advice. And that's... People hated Clippy so much, but yet I like Clippy. I just didn't want Clippy bothering me all the damn time.
Yeah, it wasn't super helpful, and
no,
the little sounds he made.
Moments. Yeah. No, come on. He had his moments. Let's be realistic. He had his moments. I wonder if I can open image in new tab again.
I didn't use it that much, so I didn't.
Oh no, that's no good. Okay, I'll close that out now. So they basically, I think at one point somebody actually referred to Clippy as AI. Without saying AI, they said artificial intelligence. Nobody ever said AI back then.
I never heard anybody refer to it as that, because there was nothing
not
intelligent about it.
Not from Microsoft. They were saying, Clippy's just an assistant, like artificial intelligence, and I think everybody was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
but Clippy, in reality, was the first built-in digital assistant.
Somewhat, yeah.
I use the term loosely, but it is actually true.
He is digital, and he did try to assist, so that is an accurate description.
He tried his best over and over again when you didn't want him to.
You know, it'd be hilarious if somebody took Clippy and actually made it a
He was
video.
animated, so when he came in, he would bounce and go
Right.
like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be hilarious if somebody took Clippy and actually created a current AI version of Clippy that actually talked and walked around and shit.
I wouldn't. Oh my God.
You're gonna make a note to yourself to make a animated Clippy.
No, I'm not. Hang on a second here.
Oh, you're gonna try to do it right now.
It's not gonna do it because I'm gonna actually, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna do it.
Create a video of Clippy coming to life, claiming that he is the original digital assistant. It's probably going to say it can't just because it's copyright material.
Yeah.
But I'm giving it a shot.
Yeah.
I really want to see it.
That's funny. Well, it's, we're talking about how it's, the whole VO3 and image generation, video generation is kind of wonky. I remember I shared that picture of you, or picture with you of us at work. The intent of the picture was like to stand all three of us side by side. You know how you just kind of put your arm on, like, hey, what's up? And it put us hugging in a cubicle because the picture of the other two guys, they were sitting. So I guess it didn't understand to like stand them up. And so consequently it huddled us in the cubicle.
Yeah, I believe that's when I decided to make the Robert Downey Jr. one. And it just cut the square of his head and put the whole, like somebody doing their first ever Photoshop and thinking, hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah. They won't notice that edge right there at all. That's funny.
Totally mismatched too, because he's not a big guy, but it made it look like he was 6 feet tall.
Yeah, but then there's sometimes it just nails it. Like,
oh my God, it did it. Except that's not Clippy.
He probably doesn't know what Clippy is.
Oh, it is, but it totally ruined it. I'm sending you this video. I can't even hear what it's saying yet. I'm gonna download it and send it to you, because you could play it on here. I can't. Well, I mean, I can, but it'll be harder on my system here. Do you have it yet? Oh, no. No, I just downloaded it. I didn't send it to you. I'm an idiot. Pay no attention to the man behind the microphone. That's crazy. Okay. It is now sent. And,
okay.
I am Clippy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my God!
It starts out right. It starts out right, and then it just turns him into something.
Oh
I
my
don't
God!
even know what it is.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear this, but we'll try here. Let's see here.
Well, I hope so, because it is kind of funny.
Let's go back to the folder here.
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty hilarious for sure. I'm sure somebody can make it a little bit better, but let's see.
Oh, probably. I mean, a proper prompt, like if I had said, I shouldn't have said "come to life." I should have just said "pop up."
Okay.
And right, but
so
saying "come to life" made it actually morph into something else, and. Well, you'll see if you get
share screen. I'll do the entire screen so we can hear audio.
Oh, that's right. You have to do it that way to hear the audio. Okay, I get you.
Yeah, and let me know if you can't hear it when it plays.
Wait. Before you start playing it, do you notice that it was smart enough though to make sure that was actually Windows XP?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's hilarious. And it put word at the top because it can't say Microsoft Word because it probably is.
Exactly.
and
but the icons are clearly Microsoft.
Yeah,
icons.
and it did an E instead of a Y for Clippy.
Yeah.
All right,
So
let's
around.
play.
It got around the copyright. Also, the thing is a little different. That's actually 2 pins. Not
Yeah,
one.
that's definitely not clippy, but we'll see. So
Yeah.
this is VO3 at its finest.
Oh, I can't hear anything. No audio.
Did it not play audio?
No, that's odd. It
Oh.
did the last time you did this.
Huh.
That's
Let me
very
try it. Let
strange.
me try it again. I gotta re-enable that.
While you're trying that, by the way, has my color been fixed a bit?
Yes, it's definitely
Okay, good,
better. Yeah.
good.
Okay, so maybe the volume is down. Let's see. It was down a little bit. Okay, so entire screen, share system audio, and I want screen 3 and share. All right, so it should have audio.
Well, no. So we'll just worry about it another time. Because
well.
we're pretty much getting up there in time, anyways. That's a
Well,
good
yeah, I
segue.
mean, I'm not gonna worry
But
about that.
you get the, hey, wait there. Look, see, you got the picture right there. That's what I was talking about before with the. Just a quick explainer. I used Pixel Studio. Well, first of all, I used Nano Banana originally to make a picture of me, and that was in that jungle-like setting with no dinosaur, by the way. And then I had it do the Robert Downey thing, which it screwed up. So I went back to the original picture, and I went into Pixel Studio, and I said, put a velociraptor over my left shoulder, looking at me menacingly. And that's clearly not a velociraptor. So I then went back into Gemini or into Nano Banana. And I said, put a speech bubble that says that's not a velociraptor. So that was AI to AI to AI. And inevitably, the one that I made just to make fun of it, making mistakes, turned out to be the funniest one.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That's funny. Oh well, good old AI. I'm sure we'll have even more because it's moving so fast, and that's why we keep talking about it. Because literally every week there's something new, something different, something that's broke, something that's fixed. I mean, it's constantly evolving.
This was a slow week, but there was still news coming out.
Yeah,
and there's going to be more because apparently we're already getting word on both Chat GPT and Gemini talking about what their newer models are going to be going into next year, which will probably be huge leaps over what we see now, mostly on the lower end because the bigger end of it is going so far, obviously, hugely. But it means that there's a way more that trickles down into the free tiers and lesser paid tiers.
Yeah.
So the video generation, the AI generation, and we probably will see Chat GPT catching up soon to Gemini. Man, pardon me again. It's like a half hiccup and wow. That's
all right.
Embarrassing. Please don't make a short out of this. We want to thank our sponsor again.
Chop AI.
I thought you were going to jump in faster. Yeah, we want to thank them once again. Thank you very much for being the sponsor. You've been fantastic for us. I can tell you that our viewership has gone up, and they have been a part of that. However, I am going to say, because it's getting late and I do have to get up in the morning, I am Lionel from Toronto, Canada. It's getting close to hockey season. And I'm getting a little excited because the Jets.
Yeah, I'm gonna start wearing my Predator shirts. Here soon. Once they,
you better because you weren't much of a fan last year.
Well, no, because they sucked.
Yeah,
and if they start sucking this year, I won't be wearing it anymore either. So we'll see.
Oh, and for the people to understand this, if you like sports, you're into hockey. AI is a huge thing, and people want to hear about it. But if you want to hear two guys arguing about which team is better, trust me, Join us in the winter, but don't wait till then. Come back next week. Right now, though, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I've already introduced myself. Go.
I'm Robert from Nashville, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Nanu, nanu.